What is up, everyone? It is me, Wayne 101, and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. Now, we're going to tackle the main problem that is pretty much happening everywhere. Is we're going to tackle the police problem. So, we're going to see if we can add a little bit of more police within the area. Now, there's a shopping mall police, which I believe fits the other shopping mall buildings. However, I don't know if that's the building we really want. And there's some other options we have for police headquarters. I think that one looks a bit better. And then we might need to consider a prison as well. And then there's also a city police department, which is another option, just having a generic city police, but I think we'll go for the more special edition police station. Now, what we might want to do is actually add another road here, because the space is there's a lot of space here, an unnecessary amount. So I think we want to get rid of the road here. And honestly, I don't know what I want to do with the design for this place. What I might do is a road across here. So what was the split up here? It's 4 apart. 3, 4. So it does follow the main pattern. However, there will be a little bit more room. And probably we'll just fill in this space as well with the roads that we've already had. But first, let's place the police station, or the police headquarters, purely so it's able to do its thing. And I think it'll have like a nice little thing here, and then we'll build the place the actual building right here. Actually, we'll move it to the right. I think it's probably better. Perfect. And then what we want to do is add a parking lot, purely because what usually happens, of course, is that there is a lot of cars that go to these places. We might just have to do something like this, or what we might do, which is probably better, is build a road that goes here, and I think it needs to go a little bit more to the side. One thing is that I didn't even realize that music is absolutely obnoxious. There we go. I never really listened to this sound before. So there's one that fits in there. It needs to go up one more. And then we'll move it here. And of course we'll add one more. And that'll finish off the parking. This is because, you know, with a lot of visitors you need parking space, and I think it makes it look realistic enough. And connect the road across from here, and then of course we need our beautiful bike paths that are quite used quite a bit, actually. So I'm pretty happy about that. There we go. And then we build a bike path that goes all the way to here. Perfect. And then we can liven up this area a bit with some trees. First of all, add some trees on this little path here. And then the same thing here. Very cool. I like that a lot. And of course we need to add the appropriate trees to the actual precinct. And then add more trees to this side. Perfect. Now what we then want to do maybe, or consider doing, is actually connecting this to here. So there's a little bit more. And then that would be a really nice spot for a park slash plaza. Which I think that looks quite nice as well. Perfect. And then what we might want to do here is, I think we'll probably just add more apartment buildings to match that. This style. So if we do something like here, and of course that'll work perfectly. How are we doing with crematoriums? This apartment block doesn't have one. And neither does it have a fire department, which is a little bit concerning. And that's a really high fire threat. Hazard high. We don't even have that many fire departments, really. That could be concerning, but so far we haven't had any issues with that, to be honest, because they do make it to where they need to be made. That's fine. So that's the right amount of space I think that we want. What we might do a little bit more is add some form of foliage or trees. Purely because, you know, I think this place could use it a bit. And I think that'll look a little bit better. Perfect, small bushes, nothing too crazy. And then I'll consider maybe something here. I'm not sure, maybe a little commercial, or I don't know, we'll see. So far, I don't know why I did that. So far, that is fine, perfect. We still need to think about something here, which I might just build the same thing across. Just because I really don't know what else to put here, and there's always a demand for people. Yep, we do have a demand. Question is, do we have the same lines, or do we build new lines? Because we can't build it here. There's a school. So I think we just actually, I don't know. I think we do. I think we will do the same lines, and then we will, I think that's 41. Can we get even 41 in here? No. I'll go 31. And honestly, you don't want apartment buildings too close to the school, obviously. You know, it doesn't work well. And then I think we will... Is that... Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll... Same thing here. I think that'll work, and then we'll decide what we do on this spot. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a train or something that can come in here. I really don't know. But of course we will fill these appropriately with all the apartment blocks. And then we'll check our water, and our power is all connected. That's fine. One thing, however, what will happen is it will get really, really busy here. Purely because we're just putting in more and more housing. One thing that we need to still do is maybe consider this and just place little parking lots. Really, because it'll probably make people a lot happier, and it'll make the place look a lot better. Sort of a uniform little, and maybe something in between, because these are central plazas. Those are 3x3, but we need something a little bit bigger. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure if I like it. It's gonna piss them off, but to be fair, you know, after a while you stop caring, because of course this is for the benefit of the way it looks. And that's a tricky one. It's a tricky space to fill. Maybe I could do more parking spots, but I don't think this place needs more parking, to be honest, or to be frank. So plazas are they're not the right size. More parking. We'll probably look into that because that's a little annoying. This is not even the right way around. And now it is. I mean, I do like the way it looks. It's just a bit much. And that's why I might want to switch them out for these parking lots. But that's a little hard to do. And that has to be dezoned because that's too close. I don't like that. There we go. That's probably better. And then, of course, the trees have to come in. That's a lot of trees. If I do that, that'll mess stuff up, right? I wanted to select the small bushes, these, and not the big trees, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So there are going to be some pretty nice high-rises, and this will attract, of course, a lot of people into this area. And I think we'll appropriately build more facilities such as medical or hospital that we might want to do here in a fire department. And there will be traffic at the start, but eventually the traffic will clear up because it's the initial people that want to go back and forth, but eventually those initial people will just disappear. Let's have a look here what else we want to do. So next up, which is probably going to be next episode, I'm going to tackle the city and really go build more stuff here and make it look a little bit more exciting. There's a complaint for low land value. Let's have a look at land value, actually. Land value. So indeed, there is quite a low amount of land value here. It's pretty reasonable. And let me think. The way we increase it is by adding parks, I believe. But yeah, that's okay. So look, see, these people don't have a lot of parks. All these people do, but it's very lacking in this corner. So we'll appropriately build a big park here. I think that's a nice corner to put it. And maybe, I don't know if they'll still complain about it. We can always add the beach stuff. So we can add a restaurant pier. Add one of those. And probably one of those. And a marina maybe. Yeah, we'll add a marina. And I don't want to add too much. What we will add is maybe a fishing pier in the middle. And of course these need road. These guys will need some roads, and then we'll take our little side path road here and just make sure they're placed a bit more appropriately. And the water in this game, to be honest, it never really worked well. Like, the pier is way too high, and look, the boats, that shouldn't be realistic. But to be fair, there's no way we can make that look a little any better. To be honest, I don't like the way that looks at all. Sadly, they're gonna be pissed off about this, but the piers and stuff don't work well in this game. But I think we're still fine. What we might do is add a riding stable here. This is not a bad place for it, I guess. We have the park and then the riding stable, or there we go. I think that might look quite nice, actually. Yeah, you know, you road drive by, you see it. I like that. That's fine. That's suitable enough. So how are these people doing? They're doing fine. See, they're doing a little bit better. I don't know why. Probably because these are getting an education and these not. Because these are all filling up the school. How is our education doing, actually? We are not nearly at the amount that of schools and places that we need. This place needs a school. This lake town, so that again could be a future thing, but we need to unlock more space. But they will probably get a school here eventually. And let's have a look. We still have a lot of space here. We're still gonna work on that. And then we need to maybe consider public transport. And I'll probably maybe do a time lapse of public transport because the bus system is just a ridiculous pain in the ass that just has to be done. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And I'll hopefully see you all next time for the next one. Anyway, and goodbye.